My senior year at the Citadel, I did an internship with the Charleston tourism division, and it was a slow day in the office, and the director said, "You ought to go take a carriage tour." And I said, "Well, you know, that's kind of goofy, and I don't think it's time well spent. You know, I can just catch up on some paperwork." She said, "No, you really ought to go see what it's about." And get on the carriage, they start the tour, and within 2 minutes, I knew this was something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It's funny, my initial plans at the Citadel was to be an Air Force pilot. And that time in our history, the Air Force wasn't offering pilot slots, especially to people like me with GPAs like the one that I had. So I thought, you know, I'm going to take a year off, reconsider, and see where life takes me. And started giving carriage tours as soon as I graduated, and been a tour guide ever since.
Now that's a newer breed of horse. It's only been around a few decades.
I started this just for fun 13 years ago. I'd gotten out of the tourism world for a while and had a good job, and just found myself on my days off and vacation days still giving tours for friends. And I was like, I really miss doing this. I'm going to start up my own company, and I don't care if it makes a nickel. You know, I just want to get back out on the streets and show people Charleston. And fortunately, it's just taken off. And we're happy to be here and plan to be here for a very long time. So we have kind of 3 different divisions for the most part. We do history tours.
So if you look right down the street at that little pink house, that is the original roof on that house. And that house has been here since 1713.
We do culinary tours, and we do ghost tours. There was 4 of these main cell blocks here in the jail. My favorite part of the city, and what I really try to show people, is the hidden side of Charleston, kind of off the beaten path, the quaint alleyways and the gardens and the little gems that you may not see in a picture book about Charleston. Probably the most significant thing that we do that's different than a lot of the other companies out there is we give a lot back to Charleston. It's kind of sustainable tourism. A large portion of all of our tours goes back to the preservation and the restoration of the historical buildings.
You start strolling down the street, you can almost forget about the cars on the street.
I was raised by parents that they kind of instilled that in me, that it's important to give back to your community. That's a big part of why I do what I do, is I want to help support, help sustain Charleston, and I love the city with all my heart, and couldn't ask for a better job. It's not even a job, it's a hobby that's done really well for me. And I look forward to going to work every day, which is rare, I realize it, but I'm in a good place. And it's funny, I've been a tour guide since 1991, and I never get tired of playing tours. And it's great because I have a 7-year-old son that he says we equally love Charleston because he knows I'm crazy about this city, and I now get to see Charleston through his eyes, and he is just a sponge. And you know, he's grown up loving Charleston the way that I do, and that's really neat to see that, to kind of pass that on. So.